hoping to get some sleep at some point. There is some gut on you. Oof. Still doing alright though. If she can get up. See what she has. So it's been relatively quiet overnight. Had a couple, back of 4 I think it was, and I've now had 3 in the past half an hour. So nice big lambs coming, strong, set of 3, and another big set of 3 here. One's behind her. So I'm just going to go around and do navels and give probiotic to my new lambs that have just been born. And then I'm going to also ring and mark up anything that I'm happy with that can go out to the big pen. So that is the first job. Then I'll put them out to the big pen. And oh God, I've just noticed somebody's just pooped out another lamb. It's gonna be one of these days. So I'm then gonna put them out to the big pen. Then I'll feed what's staying in pens, bed the pens, etc. So yeah, lots to do. And I don't think I'll be leaving this shed anytime soon. Good to see. Doing it in sociable hours too. So that is 1 of 3 for her. So not long out. It was like that. Like I was saying, I've just had some the last half an hour. You know, I was watching one that was lambing and then she'd lamb one fine, went and did something else, and then looked in, oh gosh, there's another one lambed one. So it's fine if they just get on with it themselves. Healthy, strong, living lambs. That's what we want. So this pair here is actually good. I'm happy with them. So I actually already rung them last night, so I'm just going to give the lambs a mark and then she can head out to the big bonding pen. I am so specific when it comes to numbering lambs. It has to be on their left hand side, the ewes' left hand side, and it has to be neat. I don't let anyone else number because I am very specific about it. That's what I mean. So she's had her one. Now somebody else has started in here. Book. If only they were all like that. So that is now 2 out of 3 for that yow. So keep an eye on her. Somebody is scraping like mad in here and I think it's actually a single. So if she does decide to go, she will then be becoming a twin if her udder and all is fine. So yeah, keep an eye on her. That would work in just ideal if that situation comes together. So every newborn lamb gets a probiotic. We just use Agriloid's Colitox and obviously Novac's navel spray. We've been using this for a few years now, get on really well with it. Probiotics full of antibodies as well, helps with the gut, etc. just try and give them the best start, especially now that we're lambing everything inside. And obviously no backs for the navels, dry them up really quick and prevent any disease getting in through the navel cord. When I do this for the lambs as well, this is when I also mark the yow. So this is just my indication for myself to know that these lambs have been done without having to come in and pick them up and check. I just find it easy. You just know, right, if the yow's not done, the lambs are still to do kind of thing. And just try to do it as quickly as possible once they're into the pen. So very simply, if we just get the lamb here and then one pump into the mouth, followed by the no backs on the navel. Now I know they are suggesting that dipping the navels are maybe slightly better than spraying, but I haven't currently got a dip cup, so I need to get one and try it out and see. We do use a dip cup for the cows, we used to use it for the iodine, so we're now using it for the no backs as well, and it always seems to work really well with the cows. The lambs, I've never used a dip cup, I always just used to spray them, but if it's potentially getting a better coverage for the navel if you dip it, then it's definitely something that I would get, because obviously we want to try and prevent and get as much coverage as possible on that navel. So just get your second one last, just get into their feet. So again, one pump, and then spray on the navel. There we go, lass. And then obviously I marked her already. Put it back in the box of goodies. So I also then take note of every yow and what she's got. So right, twin. So last year, this is all the information and what was wrong, what happened, what they went out with, etc. So yeah, it gets complicated, but it's just my way of working out where everyone goes. And then when they leave the shed, I'll put what field they've gone to and then the number, and then if there's any issues I can look back her number and see what was written against it. So yeah, I just find this easy. When we were lambing outside, I always used to take note on my phone, so I would put like, right, this field we're on blue numbers 1 to whatever we were, like I would add it in as we were going up. And then if there was a lamb died, or got attacked by a fox, because that happened, or for whatever reason, if something happened, or if the yow died, I'd write that in the book saying like number 10 now out, number 10 now single, whatever it might be. So when you were driving round, you knew not to look for 2 lambs for her, or you knew not to look for her. And then it also just gave me an idea of numbers in the field, so I found it quite handy that way. But now obviously, because everything's in the shed and leaving from the shed, I can take note exactly of where they are, how they've been, etc. If they've had colostrum, or if they've had a bad udder, or if the yow's not been well, or whatever reason, so I can look back. And just out of interest really, because if in say a week's time she's outside the grass and suddenly the lamb gets joint ill, or the yow gets mastitis or something, I can look back and be like, all right, oh well, she did have a lambs were both sucking one side, maybe they've gone back to sucking one side, or lambs maybe didn't get enough colostrum at birth, that's maybe why it's led to this, etc. I mean, it's a total guess, but it just gives you an indication which might back up your theory, because I like to solve things. I don't like to leave things as a mystery, really. But with sheep, that's quite hard, because you think, why did you die? Why did you die? Anyway, yeah, so that's just my complicated way of trying to keep track of everything. So that was a close one. So my triplet that I said had 2 out of 3, I was just coming down to do the next batch of yows up here, and I thought, I'll just nip down and see what she's doing. Thank God I did. She shoved the third one out and it was completely in the skin. Thankfully it was like, it must not been long out because I managed to get them going, but oh, I would have been annoyed if that was in the skin. Oh, goodness me. Let me show you. The single is going to go, but she hasn't started yet. So I'm needing her to just pop out a wee water bag, and then I'll just grab one of these wet triplets and shove it in front of her. See what she's going to do. But yeah, here we go. So this is the one that was in the skin, completely just in the whole bag. And of course it was the biggest one. Biggest, strongest top. Whew. God, nothing quite gets your heart going like a lamb in the skin. Anywho, big fat single, soon going to become a twin, hopefully. Don't want to speak too soon. What I was going to say as well. So they've been quite slow to start, but we're obviously starting to pick up now. And there was a big flurry tupped within a few days. So I'm just wondering if we're entering that now. Which is probably likely because this weekend Davy is away on his stag do. So yeah, I'm by myself now for the next 4 days. Obviously Dad's here. If I need Dad, he'll be here, but he's obviously dealing with the cows as well. My sister, she's back in Edinburgh as well. So yeah. Bring on, no sleep. But yeah, okay, it's fine. As I say, it's fine as long as they're living and they've got milk. That's half the battle. Anyway, let's see what chaos unfolds. So, probiotic. I'm sort of hiding behind the out here, but 2 and 3. I need you up now for your navel, guys. Come on, up you get. Nice full tum-tums. And come on, sir. I know you're lying nice and comfy. This is the joys of having your phone balancing on very dodgy things. And your bucket. Right. Right, lass. Alright. Lovely. 3 good strong lambs. So I also make sure that I take out any cleans from the pens, just because, come on, they do start to smell obviously, and they're just can get full of infection. There you go, watch out. So I just take that out the pen, and then I've got a bucket that I put them in, and then dispose of them across at the farm. Keen little beans. Good set of 3. Set of 3 lasts, aren't they? So in terms of our triplets, we obviously have the milk machine where we take off and put the lambs onto. Take them off the ewe and put them onto the milk machine. So basically, I'll leave the ewe here. You can see the ewe here with her 3. I'll leave her till she cleans them up, dries them off, till they get up and go. If she has plenty of milk, I will let them all try and get a sook off of her in case I need the lamb to go into a single or, you know, a problem. Then at least they know how to sook a ewe. And then I'll probably take them off, you know, within 24 hours if they're all doing okay. If she's struggling for milk, then I will tend to give them all a colostrum and then just lift one, well, give them 2 colostrums, sorry, and then lift one fairly sharpish and get them on the machine. So yeah, every sort of 3 varies. And when you're really busy and the ewes have got plenty of milk and the lambs are up and soaked and happy, the times can slightly change. But I do try and keep it to a day as much as possible. Just because once, you know, if they stay on them longer, it then makes it harder to get them on the machine because they're looking for the ewe, etc. So it's a fine balance. You want them to know how to sook a ewe, but you also don't want them to be too attached because then it gets harder to put them on the machine because the teats are different, obviously, than a ew's teat. Anyway, also in terms of sets of 3, so you can see here, they're all very similar size. Majority of our sets of 3 do tend to all be very good sizes, like very even sizes. So it's just a case of lift maybe the slightly emptier one or just pick one. I don't always, if there was a size difference, I wouldn't always tend to go for the smallest or the biggest. It would just depend, you know, because obviously I want her to have a nice even pair. So again, every triplet's different. But yeah, I just thought I would sort of explain a wee bit because I know some people have asked me across on Instagram what I do with triplets, etc., how I lift them and whatnot. So yeah, that's just a wee insight into what we do with triplets. Let me know what you guys do. If you leave them on, if you take off a certain one, take it off straight away, you know, let me know. I'm interested. As I say, we used to leave them with 3s when we were lambing outside. We would have left them with 3s, no bother, and a lot of them managed, but it did sort of come a time when some of them did start to struggle, and then you were kind of left with smaller, maybe not iller doing lambs, or when they went out the hill particularly, they tended to sometimes lose one of their 3, and then you were left with a wee small runty thing that never really grew very much, ended up going as a store or very, very last fat. So yeah, milk machine has definitely improved that. You know, we're seeing this year, this would be our third, maybe 4th year with a milk machine, and I am seeing a reduction in triplets and singles and more twins. So that's ideal. You know, that's what you want. Whether that's because we're now getting an extra lamb onto singles, so it's keeping the condition off them a wee bit, making them work a bit harder. Whether that's because we're taking one of the triplets off, you know, leaving them as a pair. The ewes getting a chance to recover. The lambs are thriving well. They're not constantly at her all the time for milk. I don't know. I'm not sure. You try one thing, you think you're doing well, and then it comes trying to bite you in the ass. So I don't know. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know what you do. Because it's interesting. I like to share and hear other folks' ideas. So in terms of ringing lambs, obviously tails are rung, and then also males are castrated. First up we have a boy. So again, just get the sack. I like to rest them on my knee. The testicles are out, and then that's it. Ring on. Didn't even kick. And tails, making sure they've got a nice length. We're not wanting to leave them too long either, but we're not wanting them too short. And then just flip the ring off, and that's that. Hasn't even flinched. There you go, sir. And the next one, slightly bigger. You're a boy too. So again, make sure the teats are out. Flick it off, and then for the tail. Again, making sure it's nice length, coverage, flick it off. job done. So that's them just done. Obviously it's going to be a wee bit uncomfortable, just a bit of pressure on them, but they're not squirming about in pain, they're not roaring. Give it a few minutes and it'll all be over. So I'm going to mark them up as well, and then they'll go out to the big pen. And then we head back to the big pen. Come on. All happy out in the big pen. Okay, so I didn't actually get it on camera because I could see a water bag coming and there was little toes in it. So I thought, right, grab a lamb, catch her, get that water bag over the lamb. So just took one of my new triplets who's still quite wet. Water bag burst all over the lamb, perfect. And then just helped her with her own lamb, guide it out. So she's got plenty of milk. Her own lamb is very big, but at the end of the day, the triplet will be coming off anyway, so if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but hopefully it'll be successful. So, put her own lamb on top of the other lamb. She was licking the other lamb when I was lambing her own lamb, so get her in a pen now and let her bond with the two. It has been non-stop for the past, I don't know how many hours. I haven't sat down, so I'm gonna treat myself with some chocolate, I think. What's in the tub here? Got lots of goodies in here. I think these are quite nice biscuits. I'll try them. Because, let's be honest, you just need a bit of energy every now and again. And I'm feeling a little bit peckish. And I don't know if I'll get lunch or not, but let's have one of these just now. So they come in like a wee packet. I don't actually know. I think they're Swiss biscuits, but they're like wee miniature chocolate biscuits with chocolate on top. Don't know where that was going. Lovely. I was really home for a cup of tea. In our container, a wee cup of tea. First cup of tea in it, and I sit down. That's not going to happen at the moment anyway. Caught this triplet because she's had a water bag out, but she's never been down shoving. And I just had this feeling something was wrong with it being a triplet. And sure enough, I've put my hand in and I can feel just like the top of a bum, like hips and tail, etc. So I'm just working now to get the legs, the back legs bent round, because at the moment they're like folded underneath. So I need them straight so I can get the lamb out basically. So that's them both turned. Stay there, Max. So, still in the bag as well. There we go. And then gently but kind of quickly. Come on, sir. You alright? Come on. Come on. See, heart's going. Blow a wee bit of air down there into their lungs as well can sometimes help. But with being a tail first, it's likely that there would be fluid in his lungs. So, seems good. There we go. Right, now you're shoving, lass. The rest are needing out of here, I doubt. What have we got? What have we got? So I can feel a front leg and a head quite far down. There's the other front leg still in the bag as well. So that's it, lass, you shove away. I'm just trying to guide the legs. Make sure they're both of the same lamb. So as she pushes, I sort of hold the tension, and I'm hoping she'll manage to pop the head through her pelvis. Sit in a wee touchy squint. Good girl, lass. Good girl, you should be. That's okay. Good girl. Gently pull as she shoves, just to make sure that we don't rip. Here we go. They're past the crucial point here, so as long as they're past the ribs, then I just make sure that they're breathing, make sure they're going, and then she shoves out the hips, just again because, you know, I don't want to pull too quickly and damage her. So yeah, one more lass. It's a fair lamb. Fair lamb for a set of 3. So I know some people as well like to leave them to lamb themselves. You know, pull the tail first out and then leave them to do the rest. But I find from experience that when you leave them, that's when you find one in the skin or more issues, like the other one's coming tail first or whatever. This one is way forward. This one's coming the right way as well. So 2 front feet. And the head's coming behind, and I'm just, again, get the head lined up. Where's your head gone? He's got all the room now, so. And he's way forward. He's so far forward. So it can sometimes take him a wee second just to realise, oh God, I'm out. Good. Getting up. It's all over. Come on, you. Come on, Dopey. Come on. Give him a wee swing as well, just to get him going. This is the dream. Lovely big set of 3 in my t-shirt. It's lambing time, which means spring is not far away. I think it's a scorching 11 degrees, but it is lovely. Middle one here was coming tail first, so that was the first one, was coming tail first. So just had to give her a bit of a helping hand, but we have 3 lovely strong lambs and 1 happy ewe. Just keep spitting them out. So back row is pretty much all full. I don't know if you can see that, with a few starting on this side obviously and a few more up there. Yeah, it's been, I wouldn't say busy, it's been steady. It's been steady. Yeah, it's now like 2 in the morning. And I have this one lambing here. She's just lambed one. And there's another pair up there, I think. So yeah, I'm just gonna go pen the show up and see if anyone else has started and pen that ewe up. Yeah, Davy's away on a stag do this weekend, so I'm just myself. Obviously Dad's floating about as well, but yeah, so I'm just working 24/7 at the moment. But yeah, hoping to get some sleep at some point. But it's just that time of year. The lambing away fine, lambs are coming out big and strong. Ewes are doing a good job, so can't complain. Can't complain. Well, I think that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it as always. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your continued support and your patience. And I hope you're having a lovely Sunday. We will see you for the next one. Thanks again.